Hello there and good morning. And today it's a case of do as we say, not as we do. As per usual, please like, subscribe and comment below. And people need to sit up and take notice of this, because despite the House of Commons being a prime target for vaccination passes, you know, these COVID passports that everyone's talking about, because of the way that the House of Commons operates so closely together in a sweaty atmosphere, then you'd think that they would need a vax pass to get all together, wouldn't you? But the Speaker of the House of Commons has said, no, they don't need one. And it seems this is because the House of Commons sets its own rules. But as far as I'm concerned, the law of the land is the law of the land. If the majority of MPs pass laws that make the rest of us, in certain circumstances, have to use a vaccine passport or a vax pass, then they should comply by those same rules. The majority of MPs should pass a law within the House of Commons in order that they obey the law as well. And if they don't, it puts out a very strange message to the rest of the people. And people like me and you, we might start questioning what they're doing, mightn't we? Is that what they want us to do? To start questioning our betters and masters who rule over us and make these draconian laws? I don't think so. I'm with Tory MP Sir Charles Walker on this one, when he said that these vax passes are the thin end of the wedge. And for those who feel compelled to get a vax pass and get the vaccines to get a vax pass in order just to go to a nightclub should just heed his words. By some point in the autumn, he said, it will be most hospitality venues requiring a vaccine passport, and we will see if it staves off lockdown. I suspect we will get both vaccine passports and lockdowns. So, get a vaccine passport and then get told to lock down and stay at home. Marvellous. Now, for those that don't know, there is a group of Tory MPs called the COVID Recovery Group, whose approach to lockdown is akin to the European research group's liking for the EU, i.e. they don't like it. And the chair of the group, Mark Harper, said, it would be outrageous if the executive were to attempt to prevent any member of Parliament attending this House to represent our constituents without first undergoing a medical procedure. Maybe it's outrageous, full stop. And more on the theme of do as we say, not as we do, journalists who handle state documents and leak them could end up in clink for 14 years under new Home Office proposals. The Mail reports journalists could face prison sentences of up to 14 years for stories that embarrass the government under plans to reform the Official Secrets Act. Under a consultation run by Priti Patel's Home Office, which closes later this week, reporters who handle leaked documents would not have a defence if charged under new laws designed to clamp down on foreign agents. Now, governments, MPs, ministers and lords are always leaking stuff to the press. You see it all around you all the time, unattributed sources and all that sort of thing. It's always happening. But it seems it's all right when the government does it, but not when other people get hold of the documents and start asking serious questions. We keep getting told, if you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear. But that, of course, only applies to us little people. Governments always have things to hide and always have things to fear. Just bear that in mind. Human rights campaigners who want to see a public interest defence for those who leak documents, i.e. if it's in the public interest, then the judge and the courts just say, no, you've got a complete defence, you're free to go. But the Home Office says that such a move would undermine our efforts to prevent damaging unauthorised disclosures, which would not be in the public interest. And the example being used is that of Matt Hancock and that video that was leaked of him embracing someone. Now, would it be in the public interest to release that? Or would it be in the public interest to keep that under wraps to try and keep the tight COVID story going. And now we come to something that might surprise you. The EU is changing the law about aftermarket car parts. Yep, in future, shortly, if you want to change windscreen wipers, oil filter, gasket, air filter, things like this, then you'll have to get your parts from the official dealer, from the official maker. So if you own a Ford, that means a Ford windscreen wiper. If you own a BMW, that's a BMW oil filter you need to buy. No aftermarket parts, no cheap pattern parts, nothing like that. Windscreen wipers, nope. You're going to have to get them from the maker. Can you imagine how much that's going to add to your bill every MOT that comes up when you need those brake pads changing or even the brake discs? Yep, it's going to add a lot of money. And the campaigners who want to see this not happen say it's going to add £100 to your bill. Now you're saying, wait a minute, that's an EU law. What's that got to do with us? Brexit, Brexit. The trouble is, the way the law is set up, we follow EU law on these things unless we expressly want to not follow EU law. And at the moment, the law is set up that we will change the law in accordance with the EU diktat so that it forces our prices to go up for running our cars. What it comes down to, is the government going to change it? Is the government going to change the law? And if we do change the law and allow aftermarket, sort of Halford's own brand stuff to be used instead of the Ford, BMW and the rest of it, then will the EU be stopping our cars going across on the ferries into the EU? Are they dangerous? Now, it all may sound a bit silly, but you know the EU, they're always after a way to have a go at the UK. A bit of Brit bashing. So what better way than to stop the holiday makers and the tourists getting in their camper vans and the like and travelling across because they are using the wrong type of windscreen wipers? You can imagine them doing it, can't you? You really can imagine them doing such a stupid thing just to try and needle the Brits. So yeah, I'm hoping we will change the law and throw it back to the EU and see what their response is going to be. It'll be a laugh, if anything else. Anyway, see you later in my video tonight.
Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.